They finally coming after P. Diddy. Some new details just came out and got released about another P. Diddy accusation. It's going down now. The feds, they coming for him right now because his artist just exposed everything that happened, including with his ex-girlfriend. I want to send my condolences to everybody that got affected and was victims of P. Diddy, including Kim Porter, Tupac, Biggiesmalls, Heavy D, Craig Mack. If y'all supporters of them, put 222 in the comment section. Put RIP Tupac, RIP Kim Porter, and let me know exactly what you guys think about P. Diddy, because now this is like the second time this year it has been a major breaking news about another person that came forward that had a lot of information on P. Diddy. What he did to them, he was wrong for that, man, and this is the reason why they finally stepping forward. The NDA that they signed with him is done now. It's expired. So they came forward and said enough is enough. I'm tired of P. Diddy treating me like this. He's not going to get away with anything. And now they're going straight to the feds, straight to the prosecutors and the DA's office of New York City to handle this matter, because they know for a fact that P. Diddy, he had a lot to do with a lot of people's downfalls, man. He was just being flat out selfish. The jealousy, envy, the greed of him being money hungry, power hungry, and wanting to have control over people led to this whole entire the situation that's going down about everybody coming forward and actually not being scared to speak out about their experiences with P. Diddy, how he held them back, how he made them do these things, how he basically he came out and literally tried to get them to do this or else, and they didn't want to have any part of him no more after they found that out. At first, they thought that he was a nice guy, he was the rich guy, he was going to have all this money and he was going to put them on. But then once they realized what they really got themselves into and what P. Diddy was like as a real person, they soon figured out that it wasn't all what it was souped up to be, and that they were basically being fooled by him and finessed. Like, he came off as one type of person, but then once the whole once the whole parade, the charades, the gloomy eyes over the situation, once that went away and they could see clearly, they realized that P. Diddy was trying to set them up. He was trying to make sure that he had all control over them and everything like that. And this is the reason why they are saying enough is enough. All of the victims that P. Diddy had, man, we feel very bad for them. They should have never had anything happen to them. They was good people. But this man, P. Diddy, for far too long, he got away with a lot of stuff. And it's due to the fact that basically he had a ticking time, like it was gonna be over with as soon. They're not gonna let somebody like him be able to have all this money, all this power, own all these businesses, and then at the same time be able to treat people the way that he treated. His time was coming soon. It was only a matter of time before karma has stepped into the situation and took care of things for real. Because when you look at what happened to Tupac and Kim Porter and Biggiesmalls, he set them up, man. Y'all gotta realize that all of this stuff that's coming out about P. Diddy now is karma from his past situations and how he did people wrong before, and he was involved in getting a lot of people taken out of the picture. If y'all really know what I'm talking about, a lot of people in New York know what's going on, and they know for a fact that P. Diddy, him, Gene Deal, everybody, Keefy D, they've been talking about how P. Diddy was actually the guy that was the main person who was in charge of actually having everything to do with what happened. He sent the calls. He's the one that basically sent the hits out. He actually was the one that everybody was working for. And so when they go back and rewind this might end up in a RICO, because there's so many victims and they're pushing $30 million. Like, they suing P. Diddy for that much money and everything. Like, people like Cassie, there's a lot of Columbus Short. It was another person that got 10 million off of P. Diddy. And so now they're thinking the newest victim, they might get $50 million off of P. Diddy, and that might be the end of everything he has. 50 Cent came forward to speak out about the situation, and he said that he's taking sides with the victims in this one, because he no longer can sit on the sidelines and watch the unfair treatment of how P. Diddy was treating all these people. And they were coming to 50 Cent crying for years, telling them, pay me off of this signing for Diddy, get me out of that deal, please help me if you can, 50 Cent. They were pleading to 50 Cent for a long time. This is why now he's doing the documentary and the interviews with all of the victims so that they can make the Surviving P. Diddy movie out of it. Let me know what you guys think of all that, because a lot of people, we thought that the P. Diddy situation was basically going to stop at Cassie and Keefe D and all of them, but it's a lot more people. And as the year goes on, it's going to be a lot more people that are going to be able to come out and speak on it, because they've already put their complaints in with the prosecutors in the DA's office. It's just that they just got a response now, and then the news is coming into the light and to the public right now. So there's a lot of people, as we're sitting and listening right now, that are actually filing the forms and complaints and going through the whole concourse of the procedures of what they have to do, because they're trying to make sure they get P. Diddy for doing what he did to them. They want to hold him accountable and responsible for the things that he did. And so for them to do that and to do it the right way, they have to follow the steps and procedures exactly outlined in the documentation that was provided. DJ Academics broke the whole thing when he showed the footage of it, exactly what everybody was saying about P. Diddy. When them indictment reports came out, you remember what they showed. They said that P. Diddy had 10 counts of basically wrongdoings that he could have got 25 years for. And this is what it all comes back down to. This is why he settled with the people outside of the court for $30 million, $10 million. Now we're looking at a $50 million suit. And this is because if he had to go to trial for this, he would not be able to beat the evidence against him for what he had done to these people. Because what he did, he was wrong for that, man. And they want to actually hold him accountable to the fullest extent of the law. And that's why the judge was willing to drop 25 to 50 years on P. Diddy for what he did to Cassie. But then he was able to actually pay her out the hush money before it went to the trial. This is what P. Diddy's trying to do. His whole team is scrambling. The whole Bad Boys team, they scrambling to get everything under control and paid out before it has to go to the trial. Because if it has to go to the trial, the grand jury is going to indict him on every single charge, because they feel bad for the victims. They know the stories and that how they couldn't speak out during all this time. They pick people who have good knowledge of the whole entire situation. They know who P. Diddy is. They're not fooled by the stars and the glamour and everything like that. They understand that he has something to do with Tupac, Biggie Kim Porter, Craig Mack, Heavy D, and you name it, Cassie, and more people that just keep coming out and just keep putting the new allegations on P. Diddy, because there was a lot of stuff that happened behind closed doors. This is what Gene Deal was talking about for so many years. He was telling y'all, when everything hits the fan, y'all are gonna be surprised how many back to back people come out talking about P. Diddy did this, P. Diddy did that. They were in the barbershop talking about P. Diddy and how even the barbers had something, even the new singers, Danity Kane, B5. Like, it's so many people in them reality TV shows that P. Diddy was trying to do, them radio stations, the Revolt Network, Breakfast Club, like Bad Boys, everybody that he was working with that he tried to sign and everything, they have their own little run-ins with P. Diddy and how things could have gotten worse if they would have got out of there. If they wouldn't have got out of there as soon as they did, it could have been much worse. And this is especially true for Jennifer Lopez, because J-Lo, she seen the signs early of what was going on. As soon as she got into the relationship with P. Diddy, she was warned by her peoples to look out for this and look out for that. She was being told by P. Diddy's exes. Kimora Lee Simmons even had mentioned that you have to keep your eyes open when you sleep at night, because at the end of the day, P. Diddy, he's playing both sides. He was two-faced in this situation. In the day, in front of the cameras, when there's people around, he's gonna act like, all smiles and this and that. But then once you at the dinner table with P. Diddy and the after party's over, he's trying to snatch you. He's trying to do this and that and boss people around and basically he was on a power trip. This is what a lot of people said when they interviewed all 15 of the victims. They all said the same thing. He went on this power trip, then he lost control of everything, and he basically snapped and then turned into this monster and this and that. This is what they were saying allegedly. And now that we hear exactly what's going on, we know for a fact that the feds, they're pretty much coming after P. Diddy, because this is the last straw. After Tupac, after Biggie Smalls, after Kim Porter, Kimora Lee Simmons, Heavy D, Craig Mack, and Columbus Short, and all of these people, after all of them, is still more and more victims. They thought it was over with, but now it's just another round of it going on. And now we have to understand that this was actually bigger than we thought it was, because at first they thought it was just a couple people and a couple like isolated incidents here and there that had happened with Cassie and all that. But now that they see what exactly happened with all the victims, that it's a pattern to this, and they have to stop him before the next person gets affected by this. That's why we want to send our condolences to everybody that's not here no more. If y'all supporters of Tupac, I want y'all to comment 222 down below, put RIP Kim Porter. Let me know who your favorite people was that was from Bad Boys, or like, and if y'all stand with the victims, put justice for all the victims, man.